Hey y'all, so today is Money Monday, and in light of back to school, I wanted to talk about how you can create a plan to pay off your student loans quick. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey y'all, I just released my first financial literacy ebook, How I Became Debt Free in 22 Months. This is an easy, educational, and encouraging guide. I want you to check it out. It's only $5. Look in the link in the description box below and click that button. So first things first, who do you owe? Many student loan servicers have stopped servicing student loans. So you may want to make sure that your student loan servicer has not changed. I know one of those student loan servicers are FedLoan. They are no longer in the student loan game. So they may have switched the loans to Mohila or Aid Advantage, but you want to make sure that you are contacting the right student loan servicer. You can either call who you think to be your student loan servicer, and they may have that information. Maybe search it within your email, or you can also go to the Department of Ed's website. They have that information there as well. The next thing you need to find out is how much you owe. I remember y'all previously to paying off my student loans, to paying off that period, I didn't know how much I owed on my student loans. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all may be like that as well, especially because it's been 3 years of no payments, right? So you want to make sure that you know how much you owe. That's why it's important to know who your student loan servicer is. So once you figure out that information, look at how much you owe. Print that information off, save it in a PDF file. You want to know how many student loans do you have? Is it just one big loan? Typically, it's not. So I remember my student loans were spread over 6 different loans. You also want to make sure, for those folks who have private, and then for those folks who have just the regular non-private student loans, you're going to have to make sure that you are clear on the amount for everything. The next important step is to know what method you're going to use to pay off your student loans. I am a proponent of the debt snowball, ordering your student loans from smallest to largest. You're not worried about interest rates. I know some people like the avalanche, and that's just the reverse. So you're looking at the highest interest rates, and you're paying from that method. I don't like that method because it takes some time, to get into to even pay off one thing. But let's say you have a student loan for $500, most people can pay that off fairly quickly. So choose the method that you're going to use to pay off your student loans. And then you want to kind of write down that method, right? So if you're using the debt snowball, you're going to have your student loans printed out, and you're going to write them in order from smallest to largest, or if you're doing the debt avalanche, then you'll do the reverse. But it's important to kind of get some type of paper or spreadsheet going so that it can guide you on how to pay off these student loans regarding, the order that you're going to use. It's also important to see, like I said, how much is each student loan. You may, if you're not worried about interest rates, that still doesn't mean that you don't, want to know how much the interest is. So this is very, very important. Establish a method for how you're going to tackle those student loans. Now, along with the debt snowball, you need to incorporate a side hustle. I just made a video about this. You cannot get out of debt on a 9-to-5. So make sure that you incorporate some type of side hustle where all the earnings from that side hustle are going straight to your student loan debt. Of course, you're going to pair that with your 9-to-5 as well, but you're going to have to get something extra to tackle these student loans. So start thinking, are you going to just get a job, somewhere nearby? Are you going to start a business? What is going to be your alternative method in conjunction with your 9-to-5 to pay off your student loans? Lastly, y'all, how long do you want this thing to take? Listen, ask yourself, do you want to be paying off your student loans till you're 92? I know I didn't. Listen, I paid on my balance of $14,180 in 9 months. I was moving through that thing. So you want to establish that. Is this something that you want done within the next year, within the next 2 years? I know some people have very large student loan balances. So maybe, it's going to take a few years. That's okay, but go ahead and establish that for yourself, because that's going to guide your side hustle. That's going to guide, how hard, you're willing to tackle this debt. In case you don't know, y'all, next month, September, interest is coming back into place for these student loans. In October, payments are going to resume. Listen, if you haven't done, so maybe you haven't paid anything, these past few years, it's not too late to start to make a decision today. But you gotta get that plan in place, because whether, we like it or not, these things are coming back. Listen, if you are really serious about your debt-free journey, click the link in my comment box to purchase my $5 e-guide and click one of these videos here. Bye.